unemployment causes and effects. So what are the causes of unemployment in the economy? Unemployment occurs for a variety of reasons. They are as follows. So we have different types of unemployment. And what is unemployment itself? A situation whereby individuals who are willing, able, and within the age bracket to work continue to search for job without getting one. That is unemployment. What are the reasons for this? One, frictional unemployment. When you talk about frictional unemployment, it's also called temporary unemployment. It's a situation whereby, or it's an unemployment that occurs as a result of you leaving a job right now and seeking for a new one. So it's temporary. You leave a job right now and search for another one. You leave the job and you're searching for a new job. That's temporary or frictional unemployment. Do you get it? This is an unemployment which occurs between a short time when an individual leaves a job to find another one. So within the short period of time, you are looking for a new job. You left one for a new one, looking for a new one. That's frictional or temporary. Is it clear? We have seasonal unemployment. This is unemployment that occurs at certain times of the year. So maybe during the winter, or they don't have job during the winter, or during the summer, they don't have job during the summer. So these are kind of seasonal unemployment. It occurs at certain times in the year. Then we have structural unemployment. For structural, this is unemployment which occurs as a result of changes in the pattern of demand and production. This kind of unemployment occurs as a result of change in the way firms produce or the way consumers demand for products. So, they used to demand higher. These days they don't demand so much. US used to take from us exports. We used to export to US, but now the US government has changed things and we export less. And those firms that are exporting would have to reduce the number of workers they have. So this is what we call structural, as a result of situation in the society. Then we have cyclical. When we talk about cyclical, it's also called demand deficient unemployment. This is as a result of a low aggregate demand. So the demand for goods and services has reduced in our economy, maybe during recession. So because in recession, there's economic decline. So as a result of this, the demand for goods and services reduces, which can also lead to unemployment. That's cyclical. Do you understand? So there's no demand for goods. So firms also have less revenue. As a result of this, they have to reduce the number of workers to reduce their cost. That's what we call cyclical. Is it clear?
Yes.
Then we have technological unemployment. This is unemployment which occurs as a result of advancement or development in technology. So people might be made redundant because of technology. Do you understand what redundant is here?
Yeah.
Surplus to requirements. So you don't have a job anymore. Surplus to requirements. You no longer need, your service is no longer needed due to improvement or advancements in development in technology. Is it clear?
Yes.
So unemployment can occur because of that, or machines replacing people. Do you get it?
Yes.
Then we have real wage unemployment. When we talk about real wage unemployment, it means firms are not willing to employ workers because of the real wage has increased. So they can't bear that, they can't pay it. So wages has increased. As a result of this, firms are unwilling to employ more workers. We call it real wage unemployment. Is it clear? Any question about unemployment reasons? Okay. Now we go to using diagrams to illustrate unemployment. Using diagrams to illustrate unemployment. Here we have the production possibility frontier. This is a production possibility frontier. This one. So what does it imply? At this point, at point A here, it means the economy has reached its potential productivity. But anything inside the production possibility frontier, it means that the economy is not fully utilizing its production capacity due to unemployment. Do you get it?
Yes.
So here I wrote at point A, the economy is operating at its productive potential. But at point B, there is cyclical unemployment. This implies that there are unemployed resources at point B. So at point B here, there's unemployed resources. So which is leading to what we call cyclical unemployment. Is it clear?
Yes.
Then we go to cyclical unemployment. When we talk about cyclical unemployment, it's as a result of short-run aggregate supply. The equilibrium point is at short run. So there's the output level is less compared to what should be produced in the long run. Do you understand? So the output in this economy is less to what's supposed to be produced. So what's supposed to be produced is supposed to be at the long run aggregate supply. This is what's supposed to be produced. But the equilibrium is in the short run. This is the short run. So the demand and supply, aggregate demand and supply is in the short run. Are you getting it here? So if aggregate demand and supply is at the short run, it means that there's cyclical unemployment. There's low aggregate supply because there's less aggregate demand. This is what we call cyclical unemployment. So to correct cyclical unemployment, what do you have to do? You have to increase the aggregate demand from AD1 to AD2. Do you understand what I'm saying here? So to stop or to eradicate or to correct cyclical unemployment, the government can increase the aggregate demand in the economy. And what are the policies that they can use in increasing aggregate demand? They can use supply side policies to correct or to increase aggregate supply, or demand side policies. Do you understand? Like increase in subsidy. Do you understand what I'm saying here? So here, there's equilibrium at the short run at OY1. So to increase it to OY2, you have to increase the aggregate demand. So here, at point here, the aggregate demand has increased from AD1 to what? AD2, making our long-run aggregate supply to increase forward, to move upward. Do you get it? Yeah. So this is how to correct cyclical unemployment, by increasing the aggregate demand from AD1 to AD2. That means a rightward shift from AD1 to AD2. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Then we have unemployment and the output gap. For unemployment and the output gap, it's all about the trend level. This is the trend level of GDP. So if the income of individuals in an economy, if it falls below this trend level, then there is unemployment. Do you get it?
Yes.
So if the income level falls below the trend level of the GDP, there's cyclical unemployment in the economy. There's cyclical, there's structural unemployment in the economy. That's why this is the real GDP. I know what the real GDP is. GDP with what? When your GDP, the nominal GDP, you know the nominal
Yes,
GDP?
the nominal GDP.
Okay. So here, if the real GDP, and when you talk about real GDP, that means you put into consideration the price, the inflation rate. So if the real GDP, if the trend level of the GDP is, if the income level is below the trend level, any way from here, there's cyclical unemployment. Do you understand here? Okay. So that's how we use diagram to illustrate unemployment. Then we go to unemployment, and activity rates. So when we talk about activity rates, we're talking about how active people are in the economy when it comes to employment opportunity or unemployment rate. So here I wrote, government attempts to achieve full employment in the economies. Why? Because when there's full employment, then government will be able to get taxes, from income taxes, from corporation taxes, even from indirect taxes. Revenue of government will increase. So this is one of the reasons why government will always want to achieve this macroeconomic objective of employment. So, as also, unemployment represents a significant cost. And so reducing unemployment rate is seen as economically desirable. Unemployment is a cost to the society, not only to the government, to everybody. So that's why government would always want to ensure that they can achieve full employment. That's why full employment is one of the macroeconomic objectives. So government are also committed to increasing the employment rates and reducing inactivity rates. They target two main groups. So the group that government targets whenever they need to increase activity rates are the women and the old workers. So what do government do with women? Yeah, I wrote, they tend to have low activity rates, mainly due to lack of educational opportunities and cultural views on the role of women in the society. So women are not active because of the roles we view them to play in the society. We could say, oh, women are supposed to be in the kitchen. Oh, women are supposed not to be working. That's the role, the society, the view of the society on what they seem to take as the role of women. So this makes them to become inactive. So governments are trying to adopt policies to ensure that women are active in the labor force. Because the more active women are in the labor force, the higher the increase, the more the increase in the GDP of the country. Do you understand women here?
Yes.
Then we go to old workers. For older workers, we're talking about those that are above 60 and above, that always want to retire. So what is government trying to do? Government is trying to increase the retirement age so that they can still be active. And that will also reduce pension payments of government. So it will reduce the amount of money government pay in terms of pension, which is also a cost for government. So government do target who? The women and the older workers. Is it clear?
Yes.
Then also migration. Migration also have a significant impact in employment. So here we talk about migration. So significant levels of migration can have an important impact on employment and unemployment. The overall impact of migration on an economy will depend on many factors such as the skills of the migrants compared to the existing workers. So workers coming into this country, if they are more skillful, or if they are more skilled, it means firms in this country will employ them. Do you understand? Yes. And as a result of that, there will be transfer payments into their own country. They will become expatriates here. And whatever money they make here will be transferred back to their country. Do you understand? So what we are trying to say here is, if immigrants have better skills than the citizens, they get more job opportunity than citizens. So citizens will lose out on employment because immigrants have taken over the labor market due to their expertise, due to their skills. Do you understand? So how skilled the immigrants are will determine if the domestic workers will have job or not. Is it clear? Is it clear, please?
Yes.
Just like teachers here too. Foreign teachers get more jobs in international school than the Libyans because they are skilled. If not, the Libyans will take the job. Is it clear?
Yes.
Then we'll go to the cost of unemployment. So the cost of unemployment, long-term unemployment is generally considered as a social evil. It is disastrous when there is a long-term unemployment in the society. It causes a lot of things. It's a cost to the society at large. So here I wrote, so we need to see the impact of unemployment to each economic agent. So we start with cost to the unemployed and their dependents. Here I wrote, the people who are most likely to lose the most from unemployment are the unemployed. Why? Because there's a loss of income. Unlike when they have a job. They wouldn't be getting any income because they've lost out. They don't have a job. So there's a loss of income for them. And because there's loss of income, they won't be able to take care of themselves. Not to talk of those that depends on them. Do you understand the cost of unemployed and their dependents here? They will lose out because they don't have income. 2, cost to society. We're talking about the local communities here. So here I wrote, unemployment could increase vandalism. Crime rates will increase in the society. Because people don't have a job. They continue to roam about. They try to do all social evils around. Crime, stealing, burglary, and the rest. It affects the society, it affects the community. Do you get it? So that's vandalism. Shops could also go out of business. Shops will not be able to sell because people don't even have money. Is it clear? Mm-hmm. And also not having spare money to look after property. They won't be, even the family will not be able to take care of their property or maintain their property. Is it clear? Cost to the government. Government lost revenue. Government will lose revenue because there's no taxes paid by workers. So yeah, government lose revenue from taxpayers, and government must also increase welfare payments. So for the government, they will lose out on revenue, and also they have to increase social welfare benefits, unemployment benefit, and the rest. They have to pay to encourage the people. The impact of unemployment on resource utilization. Unemployment means labor is underutilized in the economy. This means not all factors of production are being employed as a result. The economy will be operating inside the PPF. If resources are not fully utilized, the production possibility frontier, the PPC, means that it will not increase. It will always be what? Inward shift. That means such economy will be operating inside the PPF, not outside the PPF. Because the PPF illustrates the capacity, the maximum you can produce as an economy. But if you are not fully utilizing your capacity, if you are not fully utilizing your resources, it means you'll be operating inside the PPF. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Then we go to cost to consumers. The unemployed as consumers lose out because they have to spend less. That means their spending or purchasing power will reduce. They don't have much to spend. So those that are unemployed who are consumers, they can't spend. They can't. Is it clear? The cost to firms. Firms suffer because unemployment represents a loss of demand in the economy. If there were full employment, the economy would be more healthy and there would be more spending. So if the economy is witnessing full employment, the spending power of people will increase. As a result of that, firms will sell more and make more revenue. But if unemployment increases in the society, it affects the firms because unemployment represents less demand in the society. And firms depend on demand of consumers because customers are the kingpin of the business. So as a result of unemployment, firms also loses out in revenue and they may be out of business. Any question about